Ugh. It is November 16th, and it has gotten cold out. And here I am, Captain Dan, also known as Mr. Laurier, Dan Laurier, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. And I'm out on the balcony, and as you can see behind me, there is snow. Snow, yes, snow. That ever-present force in our universe, if you're a Canadian. Snow. Well. Once there was the goddess. The goddess dreamed. The goddess dreamed many things. She dreamed the god. She awoke to find him. Manifest. The goddess awoke to find the god, and she saw him, and she saw that he was beautiful. And she reached out to the god, and she touched him, and the god awoke. And he had never been before. He was without awareness. And he saw the goddess who had dreamed him into being. And he saw that she was beautiful. And they reached out to one another. And they touched. And in this instant was perfect bliss and perfect love and perfect desire and longing. And so the goddess and the god drew together and merged themselves into one made of two. And their love formed a universe. The universe expanded beyond them. Radiating out on waves of pleasure, bliss, and desire. And with time, they were both satiated, having explored one another in this embrace of love and perfect divine bliss. And the goddess rested, and she became aware that something was forming inside of her. And in time she gave birth to the lesser gods and the greater gods, and the lesser spirits as well. And they spread throughout the universe that she had sparked with her divine orgasm and her divine moment of pleasure and bliss. And the gods shaped worlds to play with, for they were immature, they were children, they were the first children, and the lesser spirits created smaller worlds within these worlds. And so it was that the earth and the heavens were formed and separated from one another. goddess then felt another urge within her, and she gave birth once more. This time she gave birth to life, not immortal, but very mortal and very limited. And yet life spread throughout the universe. And she, as the mother of life, looked upon these newest of her children, and she did not know what gift to give them. And so she called upon her firstborn children and said, "Give these children gifts." And so the lesser gods reached out to life and gave life many gifts. And these gifts would remain forever. But there was one child of the goddess to whom many gifts were given. Her human children. Her human children arose upon the earth and were given so many gifts. They were given wisdom and knowledge and understanding and perception. And some appreciated these gifts, and others did not. But some of the lesser gods became jealous and angry, and so they took those humans who had not understood the gifts they had been given, and they taught them new things: greed and malice and war. Hatred and fear. And these things became the dark gifts given by those envious lesser gods who desired to be greater but could not. And so the greater gifts remain, but the lesser, darker gifts also are a plague and a burden upon us all. And we must always strive to be better and not worse. But of course, this takes effort. And some people are just damned lazy, and the dark gifts require no effort. Greed, malice, cruelty, war, slavery, hatred, deceit. These take no effort. They are the path of those who seek the easiest way. The path of darkness. The easy way. Yet the hard way is the hard way of love. The way of compassion, the way of peace, the way of humility, the way of community and of sharing. For these are the gifts that were given by the high gods at the behest of the Great Mother, who is the mother of us all. Look then to the great gifts and be wary of the dark gifts. For the dark gifts are not gifts, they are curses. They are curses that lay upon us. Contemplate the gifts that we are given.